What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are finally getting a trip over to Port Canaveral. I've been waiting for the right time to go, and as you'll see in this video and by the title and probably the thumbnail, this was the perfect time to go because we had 3 of the 4 Disney cruise ships docked at the port along with Harmony of the Seas. So we had Disney Dream is off to the right, Disney Fantasy is up in the middle, and then the Disney Magic was over to the left. I don't know why they were all there. I believe it was crew related, to transfer all the crew, I believe, to the Magic, I believe is the ship that's taking them across the Atlantic at the moment. So obviously, you know, this doesn't happen very often, if at all, especially with 3 of the ships docked there. So I had to take advantage of that. So I drove all the way from Tampa, about 2.5 hours to get there, but it was totally worth it. There was a parking lot in the port. I don't really know what it was for, but it was open and there were several other people in there taking pictures, so I decided to slip on in there and get some good close-up views of the ships, because like I said, you don't get this opportunity too often to see all these Disney cruise ships together. So it was cool to see the 2 Dream class ships and one of the 2 smaller ones, the Disney Magic. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go into the port and get some of those close-up views, and I keep saying it, but it was really cool to see all those Disney ships together. So they've been sitting off the coast, just like every other ship at every other port. They've been switching between Port Canaveral and Castaway Cay, which is obviously their private island. And I believe, I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but I believe the crew members were allowed to go ashore at Castaway Cay, since it is their private island, so it is privately owned by Disney Cruise Line. So I believe they were allowed to go ashore and hang out there for the day or 2 days, however long they were there, which is actually kind of nice to hear, especially with what these crew members have been going through for the last 2 months. So if that is true, it's good on Disney's part that they're allowing that. So they are all here at the port. They kind of just put them at whatever terminal was available to transfer the crew over to the Disney Magic to get them home. And then you have over at Terminal 1, you have Harmony of the Seas, which is actually my first time seeing Harmony of the Seas in Port Canaveral, which is kind of weird to think about, but yeah, it's my first time seeing her over there. I've also seen Symphony of the Seas and the Oasis of the Seas there. I have not seen Oasis with her upgrades at Port Canaveral, but I have seen her in Miami. So if you're interested in seeing Oasis with all her upgrades, go ahead and check out the Port of Miami ship spotting video, or ship spotting playlist, and you'll go ahead, it's one of the more recent ones, so you can go ahead and see the newly renovated Oasis of the Seas. So this is that parking lot I was telling you about. You can see some people taking pictures over there of the ship, so I kind of take advantage of this spot. So this next stretch of video is going to be all Disney, so if you're interested in seeing all the Disney ships, stay right where the video is, and if you're sick of seeing the Disney ships already, go ahead and skip a little forward to see Harmony of the Seas. So I did the same thing I do in Miami and Tampa and everything. I had the Canon camera with me to get some good close-ups of the ships. You'll see that once I get over to Terminal 1. I had a little more space to work with and set up the camera. So we have the Disney Magic. She was docked at Terminal 6, and then obviously the Disney Fantasy was docked at Terminal 8, which is Disney Cruise Line's privately owned, or their specific cruise terminal. And then off you can see in the corner, Disney Dream was docked at Terminal 10, which is, excuse me, which is usually where Norwegian docks their ships. So like the Epic has been there, the Breakaway's been there, the Escape will be there when she comes to Port Canaveral, and so on and so forth. So you can see we get some really close-up looks. Sorry about my finger in the bottom left corner. I tend to do that a lot, so I apologize. But as you can clearly see, you get some really good looks at the ships. And I don't really get to be next to Disney ships that often this close. I did it once in Puerto Rico when I was on the Carnival Glory, and again when I was on the Carnival Liberty in Nassau. Both those videos are in playlists of their own, so go ahead and check those out if you're interested. The Carnival Liberty, I was with Brandon, so you can go ahead and check out his channel as well. I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. So the Disney Dream was with us in Nassau along with the Mariner of the Seas. So it was pretty cool to see the Disney ships, because they really have a unique look to them. More of like that old style transatlantic ocean liner type kind of ships with that black hull. So I know I'm blabbering on now, but there are a lot of Disney clips here because I really wanted to take advantage of all the ships being together. And then eventually we do drive over to Terminal 1 by that restaurant to get some close-up looks of Harmony of the Seas and to get a different angle of the Disney ships, really get them all into one frame, which I think is pretty cool. And then at the very end of the video, I have some close-ups, not close-ups, but some zoomed-in shots of the ships that were anchored off the coast, which I think is pretty cool to see. So it was the Oceania Insignia, which has actually been in Tampa for a little bit. The Norwegian Dawn was there, obviously another Tampa ship. The Norwegian Getaway, which I haven't seen in a while. I believe she's been out of New Orleans. I actually don't know where she's been out of. Kind of lost track of everything at this point. But she hasn't been in Miami for a while, so I haven't seen her in a couple years or however long it's been. So it's good to see her off the coast. And then the Norwegian Sun was also off the coast. The beaches are starting to reopen in Florida. That's why I was able to park and get a few shots here and there of the ships docked. But I'm going to go ahead and stop blabbering on, let you guys enjoy the rest of the music and the rest of the footage, and I will see you out next time, whether it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Port Canaveral. I'm not too sure yet. I'm waiting on one of the ports to fill up. But until then, enjoy this video, and I will see you out on the next video.
missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart. How much you miss it. And you miss it. And you miss it. And you miss it. And you did it right from the start.